On this edition of DNews.
Coming up, get a glimpse at the night Gretchen Carlson came to Drexel to talk about her new book and giving women their voices back.
So your opinion has changed since the election?
Yes. Yeah. I would say quite drastically.
We'll hear from students about the job they feel President Trump is doing a year after his election.
Where are you now? Where are you now?
And you may have seen her around the Drexel community, but have you heard her sing? After you do, you'll want to add her tunes to your playlist. From the DU TV studios on Drexel University's campus in Philadelphia, you're watching DNews. Hello, I'm Chantal Belafonte. It's been a year since a reality television star and businessman took office as the 45th President of the United States. 365 days after an election that many say split party lines more deeply than ever. We wanted to know if feelings about Donald Trump have changed. DNews reporter Mike Marcucci talks to voters in the Drexel community to find out.
A year ago, Donald Trump was elected our president, and I'm here at Drexel University asking students their opinion on our president a year later.
I'm not a Trump fan. I didn't vote for him.
I don't like him, just to preface that. I just don't like him at all.
I'm not going to lie. I voted for President Trump in hope of him actually carrying out certain things that he said during his pretty long campaign.
A year after the controversial 2016 election, opinions are still split on the job President Trump is doing leading our country.
Strengthening the military is not a bad thing, but how he goes about doing so by cutting funding to Planned Parenthood, to education specifically, and the arts, everything like that, just me the hell off.
I really don't think he knows too much about what he's doing, and I just don't think he's making good choices. I don't think he's doing good for our country.
Drexel student Sylvania Montelake Hutchins is from the U.S. Virgin Islands. She says a lot of her friends and neighbors back home feel the president does not respect them as U.S. citizens.
During the Hurricane Irma and Maria, he came down, and during some conferences with him, it just showed his lack of knowledge of the Virgin Islands. He said that he talked to the president of the Virgin Islands, and he is the president. So it just kind of shows how he doesn't really want to take the time to get to know the Virgin Islands, and it's kind of hard.
And for one student that I talked to who did vote for President Trump,
it's been a year. We sort of seen certain things that he's done, certain things that he said, ways that he's handled situations. I unfortunately have to say that I disagree with most of what he's been doing as of now, unfortunately.
So your opinion has changed since the election?
Yes, yeah. I would say quite drastically.
Craig is not alone. 538, a polling aggregation website, reports that the president's disapproval rating has jumped 10% since the election, with 55.6% of Americans who report they're not happy with the job he's doing. Trump voters like Craig Melendez believe the answer to turning around public opinion lies with the president's behavior.
Certain ways in which he carries himself could definitely or should be changed and could possibly help certain situations out to, become better, I guess. I think certain things, being president obviously is if not the hardest job in the whole entire world. I think changing things is a pretty tough thing to do.
And while everyone agrees that being president is a tough job, some students feel Trump could make better choices about those he relies on to help lead our country.
I wish he'd actually have real experts to consult with, because coming from his background where he has no political experience, he should be drawing on people who actually do have political experience.
Others say the solution is much more simple.
I really wish that he would just listen to people more and kind of everyone, not just the people that support him. I think a president should, regardless of how much respect you have for him, should also care about your opinion, because he is for the people, and I just think he needs to include everyone's voices and make sure everyone's heard.
I'm Mike Marcucci with DNews.
We'd like to hear from you. We have created a poll on the DNews Facebook page where you can let us know if you feel President Donald Trump is doing a favorable or unfavorable job in the office. You can find us on Facebook and other social media platforms by searching DNews Drexel. Time magazine has named the Silence Breakers, the women who are speaking out against sexual assault and harassment, Person of the Year for 2017. It's also called Gretchen Carlson, one of its 100 most influential people in the world. Recently, Drexel University welcomed Carlson for a timely talk with students about the importance of women knowing their rights in the workplace. Caitlin Stein has more.
As sexual harassment and assault continue to be a huge issue, Gretchen Carlson is working to give women their voices back by sharing her own story and speaking up about the importance of coming forward.
I wanted to come to college campuses to give women a voice, to know that their voice matters here too.
Yeah, no, Gretchen is really an inspiration, and she stands for a great cause now. You know, I don't think sexual harassment is really talked about enough. When I heard Gretchen was coming to our campus to speak out about her experience with it, you know, this was an event that I wouldn't miss, you know.
So after my story about sexual harassment broke back in July of 2016, I started hearing from thousands of women all across our country who were sharing their own stories of pain and shame with me, and they said to me that I was their voice, and I felt this sense of duty to tell their story.
Sexual assault and sexual harassment are unfortunately things that I have experienced firsthand, and I actually am a tweeple of Gretchen's, and I follow her. I read the book, and I just found it so validating and so empowering. It was so moving, and I just, due to my experiences with assault and harassment, going out at night is really, it makes me very nervous. But I just thought, for something that's so important to me, I have to have the courage to do this.
There are predominantly more female victims, but there are also male victims. And I think that it's incredibly important for both to feel comfortable coming forward. And one of my favorite quotes is that one woman can make a difference, but together we rock the world. And that's what we're seeing happening right now.
Gretchen Carlson even applauded Taylor Swift for making a strong statement with her own case.
This past summer, she testified in her own groping case for $1. She's probably one of the richest and most famous singers on the planet. She didn't need to do it for money or fame, and I'm so glad she did, because it sent an amazing message to all of you young people in the audience, that you will stand up and speak up and your voice will be heard.
It was definitely an eye-opening night for the Drexel community. I'm Caitlin Stein for DNews.
You can pick up a copy of Gretchen Carlson's book, Be Fierce, at the Drexel University bookstore, or purchase it online at GretchenCarlson.com. We've posted a link to the website on the DNews Facebook and other social media pages. She has 2 singles and a music video out. Pretty good for a freshman. DNews reporter Shayna McGeth introduces us to an entertainment and arts management student whose music career is already off to a solid start.
Her classmates may know her as Sofia Vazhakova, but she's making her mark on the music industry as Sofia Vaz.
Where are you now? Where are you now?
I started singing when I was 5, and I put everybody in the living room, sat them down, stood on the piano, sang my song, and then waited for everybody to applaud. And if somebody didn't, I would walk up to them, take their hands, and clap for them. The idea of shortening my name just basically came from the fact that nobody can ever pronounce my last name. Also, I'd like to, when I'm creating my own brand, when I'm creating my own music, I'd like to let people have the opportunity to associate myself with something new rather than with my parents or with my family. Where Are You Now is about, this moments in life when you meet the people that you feel are very close to you and you feel should know you well and understand you, but instead of giving you the freedom to grow and develop, they tell you that you're not going to be able to do anything without me. I am your base, I am your future, I am going to be what you are. I don't know how to explain it differently. These people try to bring you down by explaining how you depend on them, and you turn around, you walk away, you do your thing, you succeed, and you tell them, look, this is where I am, where are you now? In many ways, I feel like the professors in Entertainment and Arts Management program in Drexel are very supportive, and they really help you get some hands-on experience and grow in the direction that you choose to grow. I feel that this program is very unique in a way because a lot of other universities offer programs in either music or in management or in TV, but this program gives you the opportunity to pick and choose and try different things out. Having a program that could give me this base of understanding what I'm doing could be a very big step for me and could definitely help me grow with my career. I love music, I love singing. Writing is a great experience for me, and what I want to do with my music at this point is take the different opportunities that I have and create something different. So I've tried doing pop for a little bit, I've tried doing acoustic, I tried doing covers when I was younger, and right now I want to see how my music can change if I add a little soul to it, if I make it a little bit more jazzy, and figure it out as I go.
Sophia Vaz is signed with Indusol Entertainment, a music and film production company based in LA. Be sure to check out her music and be on the lookout for more from this artist with Drexel roots. I'm Shayna McGeth, DNews.
You can find Sophia's music on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and other platforms. We've also created a link to Sophia's music video on the DNews Facebook page. Looking for a great way to spend Friday night on a college budget? Well, look no further. DNews reporter Tom Pallo takes us to Havana Nights.
Hi, I'm Tom Pallo with DNews, and we're here at World Cafe Live for Havana Nights, a celebration of Cuban food and music, featuring music performed by Conjunto Philadelphia. World Cafe Live hosts Havana Nights on the first Friday of every month. Free to the public, Havana Nights celebrates Cuban culture with the help of musical act Conjunto Philadelphia. To learn more about Conjunto Philadelphia and Cuban music, we had the chance to sit down and talk with their band leader, Jeff Torshon.
So Conjunto Philadelphia was founded in 2011, and our main mission is to promote the music of Cuba from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. And we've been playing that music in Philadelphia for the past 7 years. So this music's dance music. That's how it was created in Cuba in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. That's what made it popular. And so our mission here at Havana Nights, and also anywhere we play, is to make the audience dance and move. But it really is dance music with lots of rhythmic intensity and should make the audience feel good about what they're doing here on a Friday night. So we've got 7 pieces in the band. Myself on piano, upright bass, 2 percussionists, conga player and bongo player, trumpet, lead vocals, and also the tres cubano guitar, which is a Cuban version of the guitar. And it's a pretty typical instrumentation for a Cuban group, and specifically for a conjunto, which is a type of group in Cuba, came about in the 1940s with that particular instrumentation. And so we're paying homage to that incredible musical tradition.
Havana Nights drew a phenomenal crowd, packing the house to the brim. We had a chance to speak to some of the concert goers to see how their evening was going.
I know someone actually in the band, and he mentioned it to me. It sounded like a fun night, so I decided to check it out.
This is the first time here, but it's definitely not the last time. So far, good food, good drink, good entertainment. It's a good crowd. Everything's good.
Havana Nights at World Cafe Live brings to life the vibrant culture of Cuba right here in the heart of Philadelphia. To learn more about Havana Nights and other free events, visit worldcafelive.com. I'm Tom Pallo with DNews.
Athletics are a big part of any college or university's culture. At Drexel University, athletes, fans, families, and even community members are drawn to a number of live sporting events throughout the year. DNews reporter Stassi Peters takes us to the basketball court.
Hi, I'm Nastasia Peters at Drexel's first men's basketball game of the season against Bowling Green, where the fans are anxiously waiting for their home team to take the court.
Fans were itching with excitement as the Drexel Dragons began the 2017-2018 season at the DAC Athletic Center. While everyone was excited about the game, many were watching the guy in the number 3 jersey, guard Troy Harper. Harper is a transfer to Drexel, who had to sit out last season due to NCAA rules. He's quickly adapted to the Drexel athletics community and is feeling at home, both on the court and beyond. Being that you're a transfer here, how do you feel about the season?
I feel good. You get to know the guys a lot better. I think we're going to be a great family on and off the court, and I think that's going to help us a lot.
Besides skill, practice, and tenacity, we asked Harper if there's anything else that helps his game.
I have a couple. I mean, I wear 2 pairs of socks every game, and the first pair always have to be inside out, and I have to put the right one on first.
Those pregame rituals did not help Drexel win their season opener, but Harper and the rest of the team are looking forward to a successful season for the Dragons. After a loss, how do you come back from that?
You just get back in the gym, work on your craft, just make sure we're really locked in on the scouting report and stuff like that.
I'm Nastasia Peters from DNews.
From basketball to baseball, Drexel students are making their mark on the university athletics. The National Club Baseball Association recently recognized one Dragon with its Esteemed Player of the Week award. Armand Alia has more.
It's a cold, windy day at the Buckley Recreational Field in Philadelphia. The leaves are blowing around, creating a strong rustling that's a nice backdrop against the deep, echo-laden sound that is 19-year-old Jimmy Armentani throwing a baseball with his 21-year-old brother and Drexel Dragons baseball teammate, George.
Every day I see him, he's always in the cage, working on something new with his swing, trying to tell me how to improve my swing, which, sometimes I don't like that, but it's okay. He knows what he's talking about clearly.
As a player, Jimmy's always in practice. He's putting in hard work, comes in on time, gets his grind on, and then he just puts in work with everybody else and really steps up his game.
Jimmy is not only a good teammate, but also an incredible family man. Born in Philadelphia on August 18, 1998, Jimmy is the third of 4 siblings and the son of Greek parents Rick and Denise Armentani.
Growing up in the Armentani family, it's lively, it's fun, and we're always willing to make new friends and be around and be very social.
Growing up in that type of environment also meant a level of excitement that brought the family together.
It's crazy, but it's fun madness at times. I mean, I'm sure George told you about all the times when we're playing hall sports or sports outside, keeping a competitive environment inside within the siblings, but also keeping rich family traditions alive.
Growing up, Jimmy says he idolized both of his older siblings, but he says he also greatly enjoyed having his younger brother to teach and coach.
I like being the middle sibling for the brothers because I had my older brother as a mentor for me and my older sister. For academics, she was always there for me, always there for advice. And then my younger brother, I could use the mentor skills of my brother that he showed me and set the paveway for in order to teach him and mentor him properly from my experiences.
After graduating from Holy Ghost Prep in Bensalem, Armentani decided to go the same route as his 2 older siblings and join Drexel. However, that wasn't always the plan.
I applied everywhere and I really didn't want to go to Drexel initially because I didn't really look into it because I wanted to kind of have my own path. I wanted to see what I could do. But at the end of the day, there's just so many benefits that Drexel with the co-op program and everything else that really set you up for the real world. And as an undergraduate education, it really sets you up for everything.
Upon arrival, Jimmy took an immediate interest in joining his brother George on Drexel University's club baseball team, despite playing both baseball and basketball in high school.
As much as I love basketball, I've always had a passion and a drive for baseball specifically. There's something about the game that I fell in love with at a young age, and of course when you're having success with a sport, the sky's the limit for you, so that really meant a lot to me, and working hard, and I've had so many coaches and people such as my dad who have really inspired me to go on and play at the next level.
The transition, however, had its own bumps in the road.
It was difficult transitioning because I was always one of the top players on my team, but then once you get to college, everyone's basically on the same playing field, so you really got to do little things that set you apart, and really find your niche on the field to succeed.
And it appears he has found that niche, showing a constant improvement between his freshman and sophomore years and bringing unmatched enthusiasm to the game.
Baseball at times can be dull, it can be boring for some people, but for me, I always try to bring out the fun in it. Doing goofy things, doing goofy antics on the field, dancing a little bit, singing a little bit, making sure everyone stays live and upbeat and is having a good time, because that is the most important thing above everything. As much as everyone loves winning, having a great time on the field and enjoying these quality moments in your life, at this point, these are the memories we will be looking upon the rest of our lives and be talking about forever and ever.
Armand Olia, DNews.
To learn more about sports at Drexel, visit drexel.edu and search for Campus Life Athletics. Thank you for watching DNews. We leave you with a musical piece created by entertainment and arts management student Jack Pagot. Enjoy and have a great quarter.